My presentation's topic is social actions, assumptions, and goals. I'm going to start with the introduction. Social action is a conflicted process of varying intensity initiated and conducted by the masses or by a group of elites, with or without the participation of the masses in the action against the structures or institutions or policies or programs or procedures of governments and or relevant agencies and or power groups to eradicate or control any mass socio-economic political problem with or with a view to bringing betterment to any section of the underprivileged at a level larger than that of a sociologically defined community. This method of social work is mainly focused to protect the rights and interests of marginalized people. To achieve this ambitious task, the deprived section of society comes into conflict with the system and makes the power and resources available to the masses, which were in the hands of the privileged few. Aim of this method is to address social, economical, political, cultural, ecological, and ethical issues present in the society. In the field of social work, social action is a proactive approach to addressing social issues and advocating for positive change. Here are the assumptions and the goals associated with social action. The first assumption is injustice and inequality exists. Social action starts with the assumption that there are systemic injustices and inequalities that adversely affect individuals, communities, or entire populations. Power imbalance is the second assumption. It recognizes that there is often an imbalance of power where certain groups or institutions hold influence and control over resources and decision making. Collective strength. Social action acknowledges the power of collective action and collaboration among individuals, groups, and communities to effect change. Advocacy for justice. It assumes that social workers have a responsibility to advocate for social justice and challenge the system that perpetuate inequality. The fifth assumption is participatory approach. Social action encourages the active involvement of affected individuals and communities in the identification and resolution of their issues. Critical reflection is the sixth assumption. It requires critical analysis and reflection on the root causes of social problems in order to develop effective strategies for change. Human dignity and rights. Social action is grounded in the belief that all individuals have inherent worth and right that should be protected and promoted. Goals of social action. Policy change. Social action seeks to influence or change policies, laws, regulations that perpetuate social inequality and injustice. Community empowerment aims to empower community by building their capacity to advocate for their needs and interests. Reduction of inequality. Social action strives to reduce disparities in access to resources, opportunities, and services among different social groups. Enhanced social services. Enhanced social services advocates for the development and improvement of social services to better, the, better meet the needs of vulnerable populations. Increased awareness and education. Social action endeavors to raise awareness about social issues and educate the public on matters of social injustices. Promotion of social inclusion. It works towards creating inclusive environment that respect the dignity and rights of all individuals regardless of their background or circumstances. Empowerment of marginalized groups. Social action aims to empower marginalized and oppressed groups, enabling them to participate fully in society. Addressing root cause is one of the main goals of social action. It targets the underlying causes of social problems rather than merely addressing the symptoms. Promotion of human rights is a goal of social action that seeks to uphold and protect the human rights of all individuals, particularly those who are vulnerable or marginalized. Civic engagement also encourages individuals and communities to actively engage in democratic process and advocate for their own interests in social action. Social action in social work is a dynamic and evolving approach that plays a crucial role in addressing systemic issues and creating positive social change. It requires a commitment to advocacy, collaboration, and deep understanding of the complexities of social issues. In conclusion, the assumptions and goals of social action from a foundational framework within the field of social work. These assumptions rooted in the belief in human potential and the need for social changes underpin the purpose and direction of social action interventions. The assumptions that individuals possess inherent dignity and potential for growth underscores the belief in their capacity to effect change in their own lives and communities. This empowers social workers to collaborate with clients, recognizing them to active agents in their own progress. Furthermore, the assumptions that societal structures and policies can perpetuate inequality and injustice motivates social workers to engage in advocacy and systemic change. It recognizes the foreplay between individual struggles and larger social forces, driving efforts and challenge and transform this system.